All right, well, technical difficulties. Obviously, the first time being back is going to bring some technical difficulties, but we're going to start it all over really quick. I don't think anyone had a chance to come in yet, so we're going to start now, and hopefully the internet holds. But that's what happens when you jump right back into it. So here we are. Welcome to Superboard Sunday. My name is Brian, and we're back with another board game stream. It's been such a long time. I won't get into the what's and whys, but move across country, settle in for I don't know a year, and then start doing some live streams again. That's how we're going to handle it. But we're back with hopefully some more. And as you saw from our latest YouTube video, we got the Wingspan nesting box in, and within that nesting box came this little number, the Wingspan Asia expansion. If you buy the expansion now, or I'm sorry, if you buy the nesting box now, I believe it's a pre-order now because they've sold out. But you can pre-order it, but it will not come with this expansion. But you can buy this expansion now and get it to your house now. So what the Wingspan expansion is, it's two things. It is a standalone game. So if you're new to the Wingspan ecosystem, this could be a good entry point for you. It comes as a 2-player only standalone game, and we'll get into what components are different in a second. But also, if you're a fan of the Wingspan experience like I am, you can just get this and put all the cards and tiles into Wingspan and have that full Wingspan experience. What we're going to do tonight is the solo game of the Automa. So how we're going to take a look at how the Automa factory did with this new expansion, this new duet mode. You can play the game as normal, but for the purposes of this kind of demo of this live stream, we're going to be doing it the Automa as or with the duet mode. So what comes new with the Wingspan Asia expansion, like I said, is the duet mode. It comes with 2 of these boards. On the other side actually shows the nectar from Wingspan Oceania, but we're only going to be playing tonight with just the Wingspan Asia component. So I don't have any cards or anything from the other expansions. It's just going to be what if you were to pick up the Asia expansion, this is what you're going to see. So no other birds are here, so we're going to kind of see how it goes. And so we're using the end round goals from Asia, the duet board, and these boards come. So you get 2 of these in the expansion. You also get a bunch of these. You'll see these here, in which will kind of transition into the duet board. But they kind of you got to get 15 of each, black and white. And by 15, I mean 15. So you get 1 for each of these card spots, and they do fit together nicely, kind of like a yin yang situation. But they'll never do that. But it's just a cool little nod to it. So you're gonna have yours set up in a solo experience or in the regular experience like this. The rules say you can keep these off to the side, but there's a reason why you want to keep these on here, and we'll get to them. We'll talk about that right now. So I won't get into the full rules of Wingspan, but we will obviously talk about it. I'll obviously talk about it as I kind of go throughout the game. But what we're going to do is every time we play a bird, we're going to be taking this token and putting it out on the duet board here. And how that goes down is we'll just take this Eurasian hoopoe so you're going to take this and you're going to do 2 things with it. Once I play it, you can see that this hoopoe requires it to be in the field. And so the first thing you do is you would play the bird in the field, doing the standard rules. And then you would find in the field area of the duet board a place to put your token. And I want to get the word right because I'm going to be saying it a little bit. Oh, they're just duet tokens, so that's pretty easy. You're going to be putting your duet token on the duet board in accordance to a couple of things. So number 1, it has to be in the habitat in which the bird is. So in this case, I put the bird in the field. It's got to go on this area of the board. And then there's a bunch of criteria. So anything from a wingspan that's 50 plus centimeters, is the beak facing to the right? Did I use worms to feed it? So multiple things can especially early game. I can get a number of things. So there is worms here. The beak's facing right. This nest matches this one, so you kind of want to put this to where it matches. Some of them actually give you a reward. So a little bit to the right or the left of these icons, there's some eggs here, some cards here, and some food here, and that kind of it also kind of ties into the habitat that it's working with. So in the field, there's 3 spots that give you egg rewards, because that's kind of where you go to get eggs in Wingspan, is you go to the field. Out here in the forest, there's some food rewards, and in the water there's some card rewards. But you can once you go there, or so for example, this bird, we're gonna say, unfortunately for this one, well, it is less than 50, so it's 46 centimeter wingspan. This one's less than 50 centimeter wingspan. I could go right here and then get a free egg for going there. Why does that matter? Well, some of these goals have a lot to do with, or all of these goals have a lot to do with this board. So at the end of the round, for example, round 1 is horizontal rows with at least one of your Duet tokens. So, and these are the rows here. So the most at the end of the round will get 2 points, and second place will get nothing. And then we'll go through the rest. So that's kind of, you want to do that, and then at the end of the game, you get 1 point for each token in your largest group of connected Duet tokens. So you can kind of see them. There's dotted lines here that kind of point out, that connect these. So in your largest group, you're gonna get 1 point for each token in that group. So big ways, big things to get you some points. If you don't want to put your token out here, maybe there's not a spot for some birds late game to go out there, you can always go right here. You can place your token here, and if you place your token here, you may remove it on your turn and reset the bird feeder or the bird tray. So it's a really cool way to kind of refresh the food here, and obviously get some birds out of the way and make room for some new ones. So if you don't want to go up here, or you can't, you can always put it there, and then you'll be able to remove it to do something free on your turn. So it's still a reward, but you still want to get a bunch of your Duet tokens on the board in kind of a grouping that will get you some points towards the end of the game. Now the Automa is this one's new to me. I'm a big Wingspan fan solo, but obviously with this new Duet mode, they had to come up with a bunch of different things. And the Automa this time comes with it comes with the same round counter, so it has the round card that you kind of keep track of all the things, and I'll explain it once we get there. But it also comes with this Duet map tracker. So if you're playing solo with the Duet board, you're going to want to use this card, and this will tell you, once I get it into kind of focus, this will tell you how to get where its tokens will go. Because there are 2 ways that the Automa will get tokens that they have, which I put over here on the side, get their tokens on the board. And it's a little bit of a process, and it's new to me. So we'll walk through it together when it comes out. But whenever they go to get cards or play birds, they will then take one of their tokens and put it out here according to whatever round this is here. So to start, we're going to put this card like this, because we're in round 1. We need it right side up. So that card's going to go there. We shuffle this deck. There's 1 extra card in here, actually, which I'll show you. The Automaton Alliance, it says add this when you're using the Duet map, which we are. And it's just another card that you add. So there's 11 cards in this deck that you just shuffle up, and you will always take the first turn, regardless of if you win. So in the original game of Wingspan Asia, the Duet mode, after the end round scoring is complete, whoever came in second will go first that round. But in the solo mode, you're always going first, which is nice. So we will. And I got a couple of things off the side here, because there's still some new-ish rules to me. As I've been playing the Automa, but they have these nice handy dandy key cards as to like what does what. So we have Duet mode keys, as well as the cache mode, or the Automa's cache. How that works is you're playing the game the same way you would always play it. And on the Automa's turn, they will do something, and we'll get into that as this goes. But when it comes to the European expansion cards and probably these cards, there's going to be cards that say give other players this, or other players can pay something to get something. And that's what this card tells you. Is essentially what the Automa is doing is its points are the cards it collects during the game and the eggs. And sometimes during the game it will collect what they call cash, CACHE, cash, and put it on this card. And then at the end of the game, those cash tokens, which we're just going to use its cubes here, and hopefully maybe there's more, who knows. We'll have to use something else, but you convert the cash tokens to eggs after, and then you count up all those eggs and cards for its end of game points. So we'll get to that when we get there, but we'll be using this side to kind of go over what the Automa does, and then this card is for kind of all the little bits it will cash on its card. So, and then you also look at this, which is the Avid Asian Avian Admirer, and it's kind of the difficulty. We're just going to do Eaglet, but it is one of those games where you should be honest with yourself and set what you're going to go for first, because it's basically how many points certain birds are worth. But we're going to go with the Eaglet difficulty, which, did I get that in there? Can't kind of really get into it. But it's 2 or 3 points. Birds that are worth 2 or 3 points. So that's what we're going to be doing, is the Eaglet. And then we'll get into that scoring after. So, and then you get the double-sided scoring pad. You get the one, it's double-sided. So the multiplayer game you will get right here, as well as the Wingspan Automa, which you're going to be counting how you want to list how many points your birds are worth. We're going to say 3 points, so we'll check off that, and each bird each bird card that's face down will be that many points. And then we count each face up bird, which will be whatever points there are on the actual bird itself. No bonus cards for that. End of round goals, they can still kind of vie for those. However many eggs. No food on cards, no tuck cards, and then they're also going to score their largest group of the Duet board. So that's how we're gonna. That's what we're gonna do. So the like I said, the game is played the same way for you as any normal game of Wingspan. You're gonna start with 5 cards or 5 birds. You're also gonna have 2 of these gold cards. These are all the cards that came with the expansion. So we're not adding anything else from the other expansions. So you take 2 of these, and you can look at them. You also start with 5 food tokens, which the 5 food tokens you're spending. So for each card that you want to keep, each one of these bird cards that you want to keep, you will pay any food, just one of any food. So if you want to keep all 5 cards, you will start the game with no food, and that is a tough way to start the game. But there's ways to get food. As the 4 main actions, or there's 4 simple actions in the game of Wingspan. There's 4 things you can do. One of the easiest games to teach, one of the hardest games to master, but we're going to get into it. So we have these 2. We'll look at these first and then kind of take a look at our birds. So first off, we have the Avian Theriogenealogist. Birds with completely full nests. So that means birds with as many eggs as they can hold on them. So we have 5 to 6 birds gives us 4 points, and 7 plus birds gives us 7 points. So that's not bad. And obviously full birds are good because those eggs at the end of the game are worth points. All the eggs are worth points. So that's a good one to have. And then Pellet Dissector. Fish and mouse cached on birds. So 2 to 3 cash is 3 points. 4 plus cached is 6 points. And it does say 13% of these birds cache food. I'm going to go with this one. I'm going to go with the Theriogenealogist, which is birds with completely full nests. So we're going to put that right here. I think it might be a little easier to attain because you're collecting eggs a lot throughout the game. We'll put this one face up here. And I'm not sure. I haven't even looked at the birds at all for Wingspan Asia, so I'm not sure if I'm not sure what to expect by the bird power. So maybe there might be a bird or two that will let me go back into this deck to get another bonus or two. So we'll leave this right here, and we'll take a look at our cards here. Nice birds, as you know from Wingspan days, it is just the art's what you come for. I mean, you stay for the gameplay, but you're here for the art. And we got a number of them here. We got the Mandarin duck. We have the white-headed duck. A couple of ducks here. We got the white-throated kingfisher, the blue rock thrush, and the grandala. So what I'm looking for is lighter nest birds, and by that I mean, so this bird can hold 2 eggs, and once this bird has all 2 eggs on it, that will count as 1 towards this goal that I have. Let's reset that in. How do I get that? There we go. It'll go towards our goal, which is great. So that's something I'm looking for. Also, always a cheap bird is nice, and these are very cheap. But they don't come with many points, but they can go anywhere, and they cost a little. They cost a little food. So there's a lot to look into while you're where you're trying to pick at least your initial birds. And this white-throated duck will let me, when I play this card, I can draw 3 new bonus cards and keep 1. So I might want to hang on to this one. I don't know what food I'll pay for it just yet, so put that there. This Mandarin duck will let me draw, at the end of a round, draw 5 cards from the deck, add 1 to my hand, tuck 1 behind this bird, and then give 1 to another person. So tucked cards are good. This is a good card. Tuck cards are good because they're points. Obviously, getting more birds in your hand without going to the water, if you don't have to, is great. But you're giving cards to the opponent, which gives them points. This Grandala, when activated, if you laid an egg on this bird this turn, tuck 1 card from the deck behind this bird. That's not bad either. So these are decent. This is a nice cheap one, and I think I might just keep it without even looking at it. But when activated, if this bird has no birds to the right of it, I may move it to the player mat of the player on your left. Ooh. You choose its habitat. If you do, draw 3 cards. So I may, but also it's cheap to get out there, which I might just keep it anyway, and I might not activate this, just because it might confuse things with the Automa. But I do like how it's cheap, so I'm gonna keep that one. I usually like to keep at least 3. Keeping 3 is a good time. Oh, and sorry, the white-throated kingfisher. Choose any 1 dice, roll it up to 3 times. Each time you roll a worm, fish, or mouse, cash it on this card. That's pretty ballin' too. If not, stop and return all the food cached here on this turn. Oh, interesting. Oh, so it's like a gamble. So you have food cached on it throughout the game, and then if you don't roll anything 3 times, then all of the food that's cached on here is going to go away. That's a really cool gamble. I will. That's interesting. I like that. I like the gamble. I'm gonna try it. It's 3 expensive ones, or it's 1 expensive one and 2 okay ones. So I'm gonna put these here as a discard. Now what am I gonna pay? I always like to keep. So this one wants fish and anything. I'm gonna have to give 3 food away, so I'll be kind of poor to start. I'll keep the worm to pay for this. I'll keep the fish. So I might give up these 3. I'll be able to get this one on the board, which is good. And then the other ones I'll get out of here for now. So put these away. And you go first on your turn. I'm going to kind of keep these here, so they're not played, but I have birds to play. And every time you play a bird, we'll then assess the situation. So, I mean, this bird right here is very cheap, and it can go anywhere. And I might might get that going. It's a blue rock. I'll worry about the focus later. But the blue rock thrush, this can go in any habitat and it's pretty cheap. So getting a bird on the board is pretty good early. I mean, it seems like a no-brainer to get it on the board right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Well, at first I have to roll these dice. This is not a fresh roll. Hold on a sec. Okay, here we go. Now we're ready to play Wingspan, and we also have 3 birds here for example. So we'll just we'll keep an eye on them. I'll when I'm ready to talk about those birds, I will. When I'm ready to kind of go bird hunting, I'll talk about them. But for now, I'm thinking we're gonna play this bird. So I have my tokens here. I just made these out of little buttons. But I'm gonna play a bird. So I'm gonna put that here. I'm gonna play this bird into the forest. I like the forest because it lets you get more food faster. So I'm gonna play this one here. It's gonna cost me. It can cost me either a worm, wheat, or a berry. I'm gonna pay a worm. And now I have to do something with this on the Duet board. I almost at the yin yang board. Luckily for this is actually pretty good. So I would have to place it up here anywhere because that's the habitat I put it in. And there's a number of criteria. What I really want is some food out of the gate, because if I get more food, I'll be able to get another bird out, which is nice. So luckily there's a kind of a hole nest there, and there's a worm there. So it's actually pretty good. It's not bad to go there right now. So I'm just trying to figure out which one I want, because both are. I'm actually gonna go here on the worm space. So now I'm there, and I get to pick a free thing from here. I'm gonna pick a fish from there. Now I have 2 fishes. So next is the Automa's turn. So the round, you're not gonna be able to see this much. I'm gonna work on a smaller camera for when I want to focus on some cards. But this has a round 1 marker. So when I flip this card over, I'm gonna overlay it here, and then this is what we're doing because it's round 1. It's just gonna get an egg, and I'm pretty sure that's all it does. Automa gets 1 egg for each egg icon shown. So it's just gonna get 1 egg. Round 1 points here. It would have this symbol here to the far right has a lot to do with the original Wingspan. It kind of ties into this one as well, but it also, if you're using the original goals for Wingspan, you would look at that more. But for now, this card is just going to give the Automa 1 egg. So essentially, it's beating me right now because I have a 0-point bird, and yeah, so it's winning. So that's its first move. Now it's back to me. I can play this bird right now, and I think I want to, because I have a reason why I would want to. I would need an egg though, so I need an egg to play it here. I wanted to play it there, because I could have connected it, but and I'm not gonna backtrack because I could have to do something else cool. Let's just grab. Always just get food. Could lay eggs. Lay eggs is always good. I would lay 2 eggs. So you could, the rulebook says it, but you could leave these off the board if it confuses you. But it's also as a reminder that when you lay a bird here, you get it. So, but the way Wingspan works, if this is your first time kind of learning it, you have 4 actions you can take. You can play a bird, so you just kind of put your token up there and play a bird in the leftmost available spot. So I did right here. From row 2 to row 4, they start costing you eggs. So in addition to the food that you pay, you're gonna have to pay some eggs as well. So if I wanted to play a bird here, which I really do, it's gonna cost me 1 egg, which I don't have. But that's where these actions come in. So that's step 1 is playing, or that's action 1 you can take is play a bird. Action 2 is gaining bird food from the feeder. And again, you would go to the farthest the farthest left available action. In this case, it's this one. And when I go here, you would just place this your little chit here. And this says I can get any feed or any die from the feeder. You would take it, you move it off the board, and then your token would go to the left, and then it would do something. If there's a when activated card, which in this case there is, but essentially you can go there and get food. You can also discard some cards for some food, and as you build more birds to the right of any of these spaces, the actions get progressively bigger. So much so that at the end of, if you have a full line of birds, you can get 3. You can go here for 3 food from the bird feeder, which is pretty good. This row here is exclusively laying eggs, so you would go on the farthest left space, so I can go here and I can lay 2 eggs. And when you do that, you lay them out on birds on your that are already out there. So if I went here right now, my only option is to lay those 2 eggs here. And if there's no place to lay eggs, as in if this nest is full, tough cookies, that egg goes away. So you want to be conscious. You want to be conscious of, excuse me, how many eggs you need. I'll take a quick sip. Give me a second. Now, last one is all about getting more cards, and that's a good thing. So the water area, the wetlands, as it were, you're going to want to go here to get cards. And same thing, you go here, you get 1 card, or you can turn in an egg to get an extra card. So that's kind of what we're doing here. So what I want to do is I'd like to play this here because of how the Duet token, the Duet board is working for me right now. And I need eggs. So I'm gonna get some eggs, which, who knows? It's my first time playing this game, this specific version of this game, so it could be a good thing. So I'm gonna go here, and I'm gonna get 2 eggs, and luckily they both can go on this bird. We'll do that, and then your token will go to the right, and nothing. That's the end of your turn that round. And another thing to note is you will have 1 less turn every round. There's 4 rounds to the game, so you'll see once we get into the second round. If you haven't played Wingspan before, we'll have 1 less move here, and then one lesser. So it kind of gets tighter. On to the Automa. Flip the card, and it's going to do a bird action. Now let's check out this card here. Will tell you what we're going to do with the Automa. Take all the birds that match the bonus card. Automa keeps highest point value card. Let's see, where is the bonus card? This one? Oh. Okay, so it's looking for, since we're playing with the eaglet, in eaglet mode, it's looking for birds that are 2 or 3 points. So we're going to take all the birds that match these cards. The Automa will keep the highest point value card, discard the others. So there are no 2 or 3 point birds, because we're playing on the very easy difficulty. If none match, the Automa draws 1 and keeps it face down. So it's going to draw 1 from the top and keep it face down. We'll put it right here. Place a token on the Duet map based on the end of round goal and the Duet tracker. So what we do here is we look at the end of round goal and the Duet tracker. So the end of round goal is horizontal rows with at least one of your tokens. So it's going to go for any horizontal row, but what it's going to do is it's looking for a combination of things. I don't know if it's going to come into focus there. There we go. So it's going to want to, it's looking for a few things, and it's tough to explain while holding it up like that, but you then look at this map, and because it's round 1, you then have these kind of 3 things to look at. This is where you're going to start looking on the map, what food you're trying to place it, and what habitat you're looking for as well. So you're going to kind of want a thing of an option for all those. So we're looking here, and this is saying whatever icon is next to this round 2, even though in round 1 it's specific to this row, there's no icon. So we're going to be starting here, because at the bottom of this, I can move this for right now. At the bottom of this, it has no icon there, so we're going to be doing that. I will put this here. So we're going to be starting to look here and going this way, and we go row by row like that. And then we look below it, and whatever icon is here, you look at this icon to the right of that, and that's telling you what goal it's looking for. So right now it's looking for a goal in which it's looking right or left. The beak is looking right or left. But so far, right now it's looking, it can be this one or this one. And now round in this bottom one here, there's a gray square, a gray cube, and it wants to go in the forest. So it wants to go in the forest and have one of those things. And it's going to find it way up here. So it wants to find both, and if it can't find both, it won't place a duet token. So even though this and this would have matched, or this, it wants to be in the forest based off of this. So its duet token is going to go here. And it would have gotten a prize for doing that, but I don't know. I'm going to check the rulebook on that to see if it gets a prize based off of where it goes. I don't think it does. It does not gain bonus if she places a duet token on a bonus marker. So it doesn't get that. It just kind of blocks it from me, which is what it is. So it is there based off of this. So that's kind of how that worked out. Took that, and I think that's it. All right, good. Our turn. So we have eggs there. I have enough to play this, so I think I'm going to play this out here because this will expand my progress. So I'm going to play a bird as my next action. So I'll just put it up here for now. I'm going to play it right here. I need an egg, so the egg's going to come from the bird. I'm going to play this white-throated kingfisher right here. It can go in any habitat, and it requires a fish and something else. So I have 2 fish. Pay those 2 fish. I'm going to put that thing there, and now I have one of these. Why I picked this one is because in the forest, there is another hole nest, or the hole nest that I was talking about before. This bird has one. So I can put this here. Now we're kind of starting to make a large group, and this duet token, or this duet spot, has a reward right here. And the next bird that I would play, which is still a good one to play, goes in the water, and it needs, I have no more food, but this bird needs a wheat and an anything. So I could take an anything. I'll take a mouse. So now I have a mouse. That bird's there. We're golden. This has a when activated thing, so we'll get to that when we get to it. Yeah. So that's my third. Automa will go. Round 1, it's gonna take food from the dice tray. So when it does that, it's gonna just go. Excuse me. It's gonna go from left to right. It has the icons of dice, and it will take all food of that specific type. So if I had left this mouse up there, mouse is first, it would have taken all of them. But because mouse is first on there still, it will just take this one, and that's it. And I think that's all it does. Let me double check on that. If all dice show the fan, yeah, follow left to right key, bird feeder, remove all dice. So that's all it's doing, is just removing some stuff. So it took the food action. It just wanted some food, right? It's hungry. We're next. In order to play this, we would need wheat, which there is no wheat available there. So maybe we'll start looking at these birds up here. So up here we have a Eurasian eagle owl, a graceful prenia, a Eurasian hopu. So they're pretty expensive birds. One actually does requires 2 mice. That owl does, and it does have a when activated. So that might be a good one to go for, but it's 2 mice. You can also draw from the top of the deck. I'm sure of it. I'm just gonna double check. It's been a little second since I've and this is awesome. So, um, in the top of the deck. So yeah, when you draw cards, when you take the draw cards action, you can do a combination of tray and deck. But if you take from the tray, it doesn't refresh yet until your turn is over. So the tray doesn't refresh. You can't kind of go through the deck a little faster. So I'm actually gonna go for that. I'm gonna go just take a card from the top of the deck because these are a little expensive for my taste, but I could also come here next time for food. I'll go for the top of the deck. Ooh, this one's very expensive, but I got the Brahmini Kite. It does a similar thing to this when you're doing you're rolling for foods. So that's in my hand right now, and that's here. So that's my turn. I have 4 moves left in this round. The Automa is going to do the same thing. It's looking for 2 to 3 point birds. We know that it can't find them, so it's going to take one off the top of the deck. And then it's going to do a similar thing. It's going to be placing another one of these tokens out there to help towards this goal here. So essentially, it's going to want to go here if it can. But the Duet tracker tells you where it's going to go, so I don't think it won't go there if it can. So that if anyone's watching this that has more familiarity with the solo rules, you can let me know if this specific portion of it should be done a different way, because there's a question I've come up with right now. But essentially, we're starting from the right here, according to the Duet tracker. It wants us to start here and go this way. Then we're looking for any nest in the water, and I believe it has to go. I'm going to double check. The Automa rules are. Based on the map section of the Duet board, navigate Duet map until she finds an available space that improves her progress with the Duet map goal for the current round. Yep. Okay, so this is a little bit different here. So I may have played this wrong, but we'll play off of this now. So what this is, they're kind of 2 different things. So this action, the one that we're taking here, where they get cards, or where they get they're looking for cards here. You want to place the Duet token so it improves the progress of the round. The drawing cards action for the solo just wants you to put it out in accordance to this map. But for right now, we're just looking to put it anywhere. And I think it's not based on anything. It's just so it improves the progress. But it's not based on the map section of the Duet tracker. Okay, so just the map section. Map section until she finds available space. Duet map goal for the current round. Place a Duet token on that space. If space improves progress, simply navigates to the first available space, ignoring the goal. If no space improves her progress, so it's gonna go until it improves progress from starting from here until it improves progress. So it would be here. It's gonna block that space because the first the first goal is with having at least one of your tokens in a horizontal row, but the most will get the points. So now that kind of improves the progress. So I'm pretty sure that's how that's supposed to go. The detailed way that I did it before was supposed to be for the other action, but we'll get into that when he does it again. Now it's my turn. I got a couple birds. I need some food. So I'm going to go here to grab some food. I do need anything, which I have. I'm going to take this fish because this bird needs a fish. And then I'm going to re-roll the dice because that's what you can do as part of your roll. So I get 2 foods. I'm going to take these and re-roll them. And I will take this one. Actually, I'm going to leave it and take this one, which is just the one wheat. So I took the one wheat, and then the bird's going to travel this way. And this says, choose any one die, roll it up to 3 times. Each time you roll this, this, or this. So I'm going to choose any one die. Do I choose it from? I'm checking the appendix for the white-throated thresher. It says choose any one die. Push your luck powers. If not, stop and return all food cached here on this turn. It says choose any one die. So if I could take it from the feeder. I'm going to take it from the side here, just to make it less confusing. So I'm taking it, the one that's not being used. I'm looking for 3 times a worm, a fish, or a mouse. There's a fish. There's a worm. There's a berry. So I didn't get that one, but this is saying cache it here. If you don't, stop and return all food cached here on this turn. So I think I keep that food on there. Let me check this one more time. Once you fail, the bird's activation is over. You may also choose to end its activation anytime to avoid the risk of failing. Also, I could have chose to stop. So since I did fail that one, these fish or these food cache go away. That's a good thing to know for those that are kind of new to the game or this kind of press your luck power. So you roll it up to 3 times, meaning you can stop at any time and say I'm done. So I could have stopped with just those 2. Or continue to press my luck, but I didn't, so that's fine. And then if this bird is has no birds to the right of it, it has birds to the right of it, so it's going to go here, and that's our 5th turn. Automa is going to get 1 egg. Easy. I got a bunch of food. I can get this. I can get this one out here in the water. And actually, this would help me nowhere. No, I'm kidding. It would help me. Let's see. It would help me there. I'm coming close to losing that, though, which is interesting. I'd like to get this one on the board because it would help me gain a goal. But actually, I am winning. Let's see. I should have put this one here, and here's why. So the goal is horizontal rows with at least one of your tokens. So in order to win, you have to have the most tokens in each row. Or not the most tokens in each row, the most tokens one in each row. So what I mean is right now we're tied because we each have one in this row and one in this row. If I put one here, which I'm going to right now, I will be 1 up on him. So I will do that. I'm going to play a bird. Take this. I'm going to put it, it's going to go there. And I'm going to play this bird. Excuse me. This white-headed duck. It's going to cost me a wheat and an anything. I have a wheat and an anything. I'm going to put it right here. When played, I'll get to the Duet token in a second. I'll put that here. But I have a when played, draw 3 bonus cards, and keep 1. Very good. We got to start filling these nests up too before too long. Different nest types in the water is that one. So far we have 1. This would be 2 if we can get that one out. So that's not bad. Consecutive birds in the forest with ascending or descending scores. So this has ascending scores. So that wouldn't give us points now, but if we have one more big bird there, that'd be good. And then grasslands, same thing, having a birds in ascending score order there. So I'm only choosing 1. I like this, and I like this. I love putting birds out here. That owl is good too. because that owl is 4 and that's 3. This would give me 3 points. You know, I'm actually gonna keep the wetland one. I'll keep the wetland goal here. So now it's the wetland goal that different nest types. So I already have 1. If I get 1 more, I'll have 3 points. So put that here. These will go here, and that's my turn. Automa's gonna go. He's gonna draw a card. So he does the draw card action. Discard all 3 bird cards from the tray. So these birds are going bye-bye. Automa draws 1 and keeps it face down. And then we're going to place the Duet token on the map based on the Duet tracker. So now we're doing it based exactly on the tracker, meaning we're going to look here at the map. It has a X here. We're going to start on the right here. Then we're going to be looking for any sort of nest type in the forest. So it's going to go this way until it finds a forest icon, or its first nest icon in the forest, which will be the one that tried to go to before. So you're not trying to do much work for that one. It's looking at the card and the map to see where it's going to go. It's not going towards a specific goal. But that's how you look at that one. So it just takes that space away. This was, for some reason, it was a hard thing for me to grasp when reading the rules, but it's actually pretty easy and it's well laid out. I mean, as I'm not surprised, and this is just a combination of blowing smoke and just jealousy because I don't know how they do it, but how the Automa factory just kind of deals with stuff like that. It's just, yeah, we got it. Here we go. Here's how you play. It's like, all right. So that's that move. We have 2 more turns here. I don't have any food. I could use some. This would give me a card. More eggs is always good. I like the gambling of this one. Oh, wait. Three new cards should come out. Sorry. We have an Indian Vulture, which is no points, 1 egg, but it has a game end on it. What's this? It doesn't cost anything to go out. Copy 1 bonus card of the player on your right. I guess you can't do that. How do you do the Indian Vulture? But it does, like, what it does do is it gives you an extra space. But I do like that one. This one's also 0 points, but it has a round end. For every 3 eggs in your forest, gain 1 worm or wheat from the supply. Snobs, what's up, man? Good to see you. Ooh, Andor. Never heard of her. I mean, I know it's a Star Wars thing. You know, I'm not a Star Wars guy. May the Force be with you. And I got the setup back, so I know you're not really into watching the board game playthroughs, but I'm back. So I'm trying. I love you guys. Board Game Snob, shout out to him. Asia, Wingspan, I know you're a fan. And then you can cash 2 of these on the card. Easy peasy. And then next, Eurasian Marsh Harrier. Look at that guy. Pretty cool. Again, it's up to 3 times. Draw 1 card from the deck. When you stop the bird's total wingspan, if the bird's total wingspan is less than 110 centimeters, tuck them behind this bird. This is a really good one. Wow, okay. So I want these 2 ASAP. So in order to do that, I have to go here, and it's fine because I can get those 2 right now. I'm gonna go here to get 1 card, and I'm gonna spend an egg to get another card. So I'm gonna spend this egg. I'm gonna get both of these, and then these will come back here. And then this bird doesn't have an activation. And I forgot to place this from last night. I knew I would put it here for another time. This is gonna go right here. And we're in 3 rows. We're solid for the end round goal, and we're already getting a sweet group going. I don't see it twice on my end, so I think you're good to go. I wish it did though. It just means there's just more things happening, you know? Hopefully it looks good. I know it's kind of like fuzzy, but it's really I'm trying to get back into the swing of things here, and I am excited that I'm actually like kind of force myself to do it because I love doing it. So I wanted to always give it the effort and get back out there. And now that I got Wingspan on the brain again, I'm like, yeah, let's do it. So I did that. New birds coming in. I'll talk about them in a little bit. It's now time for the Automa's turn. Flipping it over. And it's going to do this. Going to get food. And it wants to get. Starts with mice, no mice. Fish, one fish. Done. And if we had any pink power cards, it would activate it. We have no pink power cards. So we're good there. Also, I'm having a good beer. I don't know if you can see it yet, but drinking a nice stout. Cold here. I mean, it's. Wait, are you guys at? Are you guys over to a board game convention, or am I way late on that? This is my first time playing this. I will say, I'm sure you've read about it, but it's a standalone. So it's a strictly 2-player standalone game, but you can put the cards into the regular game. So you can take all the cards and all the like the birds and the goals and bring them into any expansion you have. Oh, gotcha. Oh, camping? Heck yeah, dude. Yeah. So far I'm liking it. It's a cool way to play the game. Every time you play a bird, you would take one of these tokens and put it out on this map. It's a little lighter play because the goals are pretty easy to follow. But essentially you're kind of putting tokens on this board and kind of ticket to ride style. You're going to get points for your largest run, and then these goals have a lot to do with where you're putting these tokens out. So there's a little bit of strategy there. So it's easier to play, kinda, but you're kind of more focused on this now, which you weren't in a regular Wingspan game. So it's so far I'm liking it. I like the idea that it can be 2-player. I think this expands it up to 7. I mean, that's a lot of players. I would never. But I just wanted it for the birds, for the extra birds, and now this new Automa thing, which I think is actually not that bad, in terms of the Duet board management and stuff. So it's my first time playing it, so I'm just kind of learning it as I go. He took the food. Pink power's activated. My turn. Just want to make sure that's true. I got one more card. He should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. So yeah. I think the solo expansion, or sorry, the Oceania expansion, I think added the most to the solo game since European and the original Wingspan. So, but if you wanted a better solo experience than base Wingspan, Oceania is awesome. Because it does a lot of with these tokens here. But I am finding this one really nice too. And especially if you just play with the Asia stuff and you don't, I'm not concerned with the nectar from Oceania and some other things. It's a very nice, even though it's kind of a spread out game. It's a nice manageable solo. Yeah, it's just so far it's working out. I haven't done a couple of things where it's gonna ask me to do some weird stuff in a little bit, but like where you start giving stuff to the Automa. But I'll get to that. But I'll shoot you my main thoughts after this for sure. Yeah, I'm so far liking it, but I mean, I'm a pushover when it comes to Wingspan because I'm just a fan of it, and I'm brushing up on it because I'm going to be teaching some new friends the game hopefully this weekend, just base Wingspan. And my wife's gone to see Lizzo, so I need to do something while she's out. Whatever Lizzo sings, she's down there in Seattle seeing Lizzo. Last turn, I have a bird that costs nothing, and I can expand my thing here. So it's gonna cost me 0 points. It's not gonna cost me any eggs. I'm gonna play this bird here in the field. Gonna give me some endgame points. We can figure out how that works later. But I get to move this somewhere, and it's gonna for sure get me the. I hope it should. Yeah, this will get me the bonus points. So I'm looking for in here. It didn't cost me anything. Birds facing to the left. Like anything with that? No. Less than 50? No. Can I do? Oh, greater than 50. 50 plus. 227. Night, bud. Hey, I appreciate you stopping in. That means a ton. Talk to you soon. Look at that. Look at that follow. We did it. I can shut her down right now. Night, bud. Couple things I could do. I could put it here because that's in the field. It's the proper. It's greater than 50 centimeter wingspan. I get that's really all I can do. There's no stick nest. But this will let me go towards the edge of the map. This will not on the edge of the map, which that wouldn't help. So I'm pretty confident I'm going to win the goals, but I'm going to put it here anyway, just to have that there. And maybe I'll work my way up. If I can work my way this way, that'd be pretty sweet. Get some sweet points there. So I'm going to put it there. And that's my last turn. So the last turn for the Automa is to get an egg. Right, so now we do end of round stuff. So I have no end of round goals or end of round things on these cards, so we don't have to worry about those. We do the end of round goals here. So 2 points to the person who has the most horizontal rows with at least one of their tokens on it, and I have 4. They have 2, so they're going to get 0 points. They get 1 less action, and so do I. But I'll have 2 points towards the end of the game. There, those tokens are going to stay there, and I believe the birds will fly away. New birds come in. I don't do anything with the bird feeder. You could house rule it, but we're gonna keep that the same. And then there's in the Automa deck, and this works in the original Wingspan if you have that. You got to remove a card that says remove after round 1, which is, I think I ran into it already. This one right here. So it just says remove. Ew. Remove after round 1. So that card's just gonna go away. So when you shuffle these cards again, that card won't show up. And if it does, you can just kind of say, "Oops, forgot." So, and it's easy because it has nothing on the round 2, 3, and 4 spots. So if you forget, it's not a big deal. Just skip it. Go to the next card. Easy peasy. We're looking pretty good. And now we're gonna have only 7 turns, then 6, then 5, but we're looking pretty good. And again, we're playing on Eaglet, so we're playing on the easiest difficulty. So that's kind of how that works out. Those are gonna stay there. I'll take my tokens back. And in the solo game, you go first. If I were playing somebody else right now, whoever was this person would go first, because whoever loses the round will go first the next time. So kind of the advantage there. While we're talking about rounds, talk about this one here. So we're looking for tokens in the forest. So right now the Automa is winning that one, and I don't want that to happen. Right now they have 3. And I have 2 up here in the forest. So, let's go. What do we need? Some food. I can go there to get some food. Eggs to fulfill this goal would always be good. And then these go in the water. Both of these are going to be going in the water. Well, I need a mouse for that. It's not there, but here I need. Yeah, so I'm not going to be able to complete these with those, so you got to get out of here with that. Let's see. And if I didn't work too hard on this one, I could have put this here, and then on my turn take it and re-roll the dice, re-roll the tower, the feeder, which I should have, but best laid plans, man. Come on. What I will do is I will get food. So I'm going to get 2 things. I'm going to get this worm and this wheat. So worm and a wheat. And then I'm going to come here, and I'm going to choose 1 die and roll it up to 3 times. And I can cash stuff here if I get a worm, fish, or mouse. There's a fish. I'm going to try another one. I'm going to keep going. A mouse. I'm going to stop there. So each of these is a point. And I'm loving that. So that was on the outside anyway. I could have done it one more time, but I'm not going to because I'm scared. And I don't gamble. So shout out to gambling. Shout out to my non-gambling problem. So that's that. And then it will go to this one. The bird's not to the right of the most, so that's no longer a thing. First turn. Oh, and I forgot to say, you take the round card and you flip it to round 2. So now it shows round 2 face up. I know that's foggy. I will figure out a way to get a solo cam kind of on the solo portion of this for the next time. I'm going to flip this card over and see what happens. It's going to take some food. And actually, it's going to be taking all the cherries. So the berries that are here are gone. And then any pink powers, if there were, I have none, so that's it. So that was a pretty easy first go. I got food. I don't have exactly what I need, but I will have a fresh... Ooh, I'll have a fresh feeder to start with. And I need food. So I'm going to go here to re-roll these. Because there's nothing in there. And what I really want is... any one of these would be good, but this one is great. So I want the fish and the mouse. That's exactly what I need for this bird. And it's a nice hefty bird. And it will go towards my goal here. It will also help me here. I'm kind of thinking ahead, and I apologize for kind of letting my brain just dump everything out, but you'll see in a little bit. Rid of that. And this says choose any one die. Gonna roll this one. Looking for mouse, worm, fish. Ah, it's a wheat. So now what happens is you take all these off, and you busted. And then that one doesn't do anything anymore. But I do have enough for this, and we'll get to that next. Round 2. It will grab a card. It's going to discard all 3 of these. And it will take one off the top. It hasn't taken a face-up one yet. And then these will just come out here. And then it's going to put a Duet token out, based off of the map of this. So the map is telling me it's going to start on the top left. And then it's going to look for any nest in the water. So the first nest, any nest in the water is right there. If it's going this way, so it's going to put one of its Duet tokens there. And that's fine. Because it's in the water. It's not the forest. It still might get those points, which it's going to be a tough pill to swallow on that one. But I like the points on this instead. And this would help towards the next goal that we'll get to in a little bit. So my turn, I'm going to play a bird. Oh, I don't have an egg, so I need to get eggs first. That's fine. Everything's fine. In order to play a bird here, I would need an egg. So I'm going to come here and grab a couple eggs. And I'll store them here. And this is the game end goal, so that's nothing. So that goes there. Turn 3. It's going to be taking some more food. It's going to be taking this one first. Or it's going to take all of it. All of whatever is listed here first. And it's this die here, the one that's multiple. The wheat and the worm. So that's its turn. Now that I have eggs, I'm going to go play this bird. So I'm going to play the bird up top, or I'm going to put the token up top. I'm going to play the bird here. And it's going to be this one. And I have all the foods for it. I have the worm. I have the fish. And I have the mouse. And it's going to go right here. Oh, and I have the egg. Got to spend the egg. So let's get honest and put these over here. So now I put out the Bimini Kite, and when activated, I choose any 3 dice. Roll up to 3 times. Each time, if you roll at least 1 fish or mouse, cache it. If not, stop and return all food to there. So that's rolling 3 dice there. That's interesting. It's taking, that might involve me taking some food there, which is interesting. So I got this thing. I know where I want to put it because I'm looking at I want to try to connect these dots here. And I played this in the water, and I paid a worm for it. So now I want to put this right here. So now I have a bunch of options. I'm getting a nice long run here. That maybe that'll get good. As well, the next round. And the next round. So I'm kind of ahead on these two already out of the gates. That's my turn there. Onto the turn of this guy. Round 2. He's gonna be getting 2 eggs. Done. I have a wheat and that. And there's a bird here that would let me get a wheat. So I might go for that. Or it would let me pay a wheat. Is always good. And then that would help me here. So I like this board. It kind of it guides you a little better into kind of what you might be wanting. It might not necessarily be the points that you're looking for, because right now I'm like excited for a bird that has no points with it, but it helps me with this, which is going to give me a lot of points. So I'm going to go here to get 2 cards. I'm going to grab this card, which is the Oriental Magpie Robin. And this one has a round end goal. For every 3 eggs in your grasslands, your field, gain 1 worm or wheat from the supply, and then cache up to 2 of them on this card. So you can cache them or you can keep them. Always good. So I'm going to grab that one. Different nest types. That's a different nest type in the water. That would be good to have here. That's interesting. I like gambling when it comes to this. I'll take this. Boom. Look at this guy. Coppersmith Bearbit. We ballin'. When activated, gain 1 worm or berry from the bird feeder, if there is one. That's a good one to have, and it will go here. These are good. So I took my 2. This one's gonna come here. Choose any 3 dice. I'll choose the one that are outside the bird feeder. Roll them up to 3 times. Each time you roll at least 1. But I'm looking at this as I need to roll at least 1 of these 3 to get a fish or a mouse. And I did nothing. So don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. And then this goes all the way over here. So that's me playing that one. The turn for the Automa is as follows. It's going to get a bird. I think it will actually get a bird this time. Because this says, take all the birds that match the bonus card. Right now, we're looking for birds that are 2 or 3 points. And keep the card face up. So it's going to be taking this one. It says this is a 3-point bird. We'll take it there. It'll keep it face up. Now, place a token on the Duet map based on the end of goal and the Duet tracker. Right. The goal and the tracker. It's still a little interesting for me. It's looking at the goal and the tracker, but this is telling me this as in the Automa rulebook. It's seemingly to me that it's going more for the goal. It's the last page here. Based on the map section. So just the map section of the Duet board, not these two, not the... It's where you're starting from and where you're... So right now it wants to fulfill the goal, so it needs to get up in here. So depending on which way it's going is what it's going to take. So the map section is wanting you to start on the far left here, or far right here, and go this way. So the first one will be right here. And unfortunately, because it's helping go towards that goal. So it's going to take that one and go there. And he's already has I mean, I thought I was awesome. He's already rocking a good group for the end game. So That's pretty good. But it was looking for, yeah, just to be in the forest for that goal. Good for him. Good for you. All right, bud. I have an egg. I got a bird that wants to go out there. I'm gonna put it out there because this will help me. I will put this. Very interesting. Because that could help me get. That's all right. I'm gonna go play a bird. It's gonna cost me an egg and my 1 wheat. I'm gonna put this guy right here. The Oriental Magpie Robin. With this, because I want to keep this thing going, I'm gonna put this here because I spent a wheat for it in the field, so I'm gonna put it right there and just try to get that. It'd be a nice connection of that. Give me 6 points off the bat, so that'd be pretty sweet. And this has an end of round goal, which I can force next, which is nice. But we'll see if I want to. I don't know if I do. Oh no, I should refresh this. I only have one more turn too. Ooh, and they're gonna take face down card, which is, I believe it's discard all these, draw 1 face down, put these back, and then it's going to, based off of all of this, put a token out. So it's going to start here, based on the icon, and then it will look for any nest in the field. So it's going to start, like I said, top from the bottom, any nest in the field. So it's going to go right here first. And that's so great because it blocked me. That's a good block. Now I got to shift things up a little bit. I got to get a big bird in the water. Luckily, I got one right here, ready to go. Let's see what happened here. It was looking for any bird, or sorry, any nest in the field. And the first one starting here that it ran into was this one. So now I'm kind of blocked here, but I have a bird that will be able to go there when I get the food for it, which is hopefully what's going to happen next. Well, not next, but next round. I have one more action. It'd be nice to get that food, just to be ready for the next turn. So I might do that. I might grab just both of these. No, I'm just gonna grab the mouse. Where'd this mouse come from? I think I put it back. Get this mouse. Yeah. And since there's only one left, and the rules is if there's only one die left, or if all the dice have the same face, you can re-roll all the dice. That's not just, even though it just sounded like it was my rule, that's the rule of the game. You can do that. So I'm looking for is a berry or a worm. I'll take a berry. That's gonna help me get this card out here. So that's 2. Then I come here, choose any one die and roll it up to 3 times, and we're caching worms, mice, or fish. There's a fish. I'll do it one more time. Got a worm. I'm gonna stop there. Oops, it was that one. So that's that. This brown power can't be activated anymore, so that goes there. That's my last turn. And I did 1, 2, 3. I did 7. I just want to make sure he has 6. Yep, so he has one more turn as well. And they're just going to get 2 eggs. 1, 2. We're getting a lot of eggs. That's pretty good. I forgot about this round end goal, but that's fine. I got 2 more rounds. So this round end goal doesn't come into effect because I don't have any eggs out here. But the round end goal there is most Duet tokens in the forest, and that's by far the Automa. So they're going to get the 3 points there. And I will get the 0 points here. But I'm well set up for the next one. Yeah, well, actually, he is too. So I have 1, 2. The next goal is not on the edge of the map, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, and they have 3. So we're already ahead there. That's good. These birds are going to fly away. Excuse me. Take a quick sip. New birds, good. These take my tokens back. So we should only have 6 moves now, and then 5, and then we'll go into final scoring. I go first, and I have the food I need. I don't have the eggs I need, though, so I need the eggs. Gonna grab some eggs, 3 eggs. And I gotta start thinking eggs for my goals as well, but I'd need this one would help me out as well. So I'm gonna just put these 3 eggs here. It doesn't matter where I put them. And then these will go all the way over here. There's no brown power here that activates, so we can do that. I should take this out. I gotta reshuffle the Automas. There's a card here that says remove after round 2. Shuffle these up. Glad the glare isn't so bad. I love. I'm a sleever, so I like sleeving these cards because you shuffle them a lot. So I was just worried when I started streaming it'd be weird, but I think I'm under the appropriate amount of light so they don't kind of be annoying. Okay, I haven't cached anything yet, and the caching is a special case, so we're fine with. You might not learn anything about the caching this go around, but in future games you probably will. But Automa's turn, and then turn this to round 3. It is going to look for all the birds that it can get with its goals. So it's 2 or 3 points. There's a 2 here. Then that will be replaced. And then based off the map tracker, it's going to want to go to wherever it can advance in the goal the most. So pretty much anywhere not on the edge of the map, starting from wherever it tells us. Starting from the top right. So in order for it to be not on the edge of the map, the edge of the map to me, I wonder if it's spelled out in the edge of the map to me means all the ones on the outside. But I want to make sure that I'm not. Edge of the map has 6 spaces on it. Okay, so the indented spaces are on the edge. So these are the edge. So even though they're indented, that is the edge. So it's going to start on the top right and find the first space that it can, not on the edge of the map. Which for this will be goes bam, bam, and it's going to be this one. And he just tied me up for this last goal here, but we're not focused on that right now. I'm about to come over and take it. That's him. Me. I'm going to play a bird for my first turn, or my second turn. And it's got to be this one here. All I need is an egg, which I have here, and a mouse, which I got there. And this will go here, the Eurasian Marsh Harrier. And then when activated, so if I come back for more cards, if I go here and activate these, up to 3 times I can draw 1 card from the deck. When I stop, if the bird's total wingspan is less than 110 centimeters, tuck them behind this bird. So that's pretty good. Up to 3 times. Okay, that's pretty cool. All right, so, and then this one's going to go, this has a wingspan of 130 centimeters. This is looking for a water bird in 50 plus centimeters. It's going to go right there. It's a good looking, right now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 7 points towards the end of the game, which is pretty sweet, if I say so myself. That's that. Round 3. 2 eggs. 2 eggs over. Oop, there's 1 egg over. It's 1 egg over, 2 eggs over. That's its turn. I have 1 berry. I can get this bird out there, would be nice. These goals I'd like to get sometime soon is start filling these nests. What do we got going on out here? Looking good. A couple of birds in here. If I want to expand my group, I would need like a bull nest. But this would actually help me here. This would get me another one, so that'd be pretty good. Let me go get some food. I'm gonna get this worm. And I'll do this worm. No, I'm gonna do a fish. I'm gonna plan ahead for something else. Then I'm gonna go here. Take one die and roll it up to 3 times, looking for fish, mice, or worm. There's a mouse. I'll go one more time. Ah, nothing. I busted, so all these go back. It's a cool. That's a cool power. You're literally just you're gambling points away right there. And then this one doesn't activate anymore. That was fun. All right, that was fun. And round 3, we're getting more eggs. So each, again, eggs are points for you, for the Automa. Eggs are points. Give them to them. You got 3. Got a lot of points, but also I do too. So let's calm down, huh? Get this out here. I think I might do that right now to claim that spot. Gotta pay an egg and a worm and a berry. Pay this to play this copper smith barbet. And I get some good activation with this one. Whenever I come to activate it, when I get more food, gain 1 worm or berry from the feeder if there's any there. That's perfect. It's gonna go right here in the forest. And because I played it, or I fed it a berry in the forest, there's a forest spot right there that I can. That's good for me to use. I could have also used, this spot as well. But right now, there's no need to. It's no advantage either way. I'm gonna put this right here. And that's me playing a bird. Was that my? Yeah, that was my 4th turn. So one of these should be out here. Easy to lose count, but also you can always check with how many cards the Automa has played, and it should have played 1 less than you have done. Or yeah, so because there's 3 cards here, that means I've just did my 4th action. Now it will take his 4th action. Round 3. Looking for birds, 2 or 3 points. It's gonna get this one face up, and then it's trying to gain its lead. So it wants to go not on the edge of the map, and then according to this, it's gonna start from here. So go this way and find the first thing not on the edge of the map, which would be this one. So I think I'm still winning. 1, 2, 3. I have 2 more. So 1, 2, 3, 4. He has 5, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I have 5 also. Now we're fighting. All right. So 2 moves. I might be able to get. I can find a bird in here. Just because I have the egg for it. That would be good. So let's grab some cards. I'm gonna grab 2 cards from the top of the deck. No, that's not what I want to do. Oh no, it still won't work. But it's friendly ties, so we would still both get them. But it does put a hurt on that goal there. Maybe I don't then. Maybe I'll just I'll take the tie, or hope for a tie. He could still come out with something here that would ruin anyway. So I'm gonna come here for eggs. And it could be 3 eggs. And I'm gonna put them all on this guy. Go here. And they're gonna go. Yep, and they're gonna one up me on this. So they're gonna take this bird because it's 3 points. And then they will replace this. And then starting on the bottom left, or sorry, bottom right. It's going to look for, again, the one in the center, or the one that's not on the edge. So, boop, boop. It's going to go right here. That's fine. It'll take that one. So that's that. And I have one more, because I wouldn't have been able to play a bird. It would have been a tough sell. Would have been tough for me to get that bird out. This guy. This would let me get 2 food next round and have some good buying. So I can either get 2 food now. Oh, I can get a food now. I'll just get more food and get ready for next round. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to get this one. I'll get a worm. And then I'm going to re-roll, and I'll tell you why. Because this one will hopefully let me get something else. So re-roll these. So I get to pick one more for free, or as my action. So one more. I'll take a wheat. And then this guy says, gain 1 worm or berry from the bird feeder if there is anything. So I'm going to gain it from there. I will gain a berry. Almost have 1 of everything. And now we're rolling 1 die, mouse, bird, or fish. Fish. One more. I'll do one more. Ah. Oh, worm. I'm going to stop. And then end there. That was my last turn for the round. His last turn for the last turn for the Automa is going to be clearing these out. And 1 face down. Then putting 1 face out. Ooh, nice looking birds. This is my first time seeing these. And then putting 1 of the Duet tokens based off of the tracker. So it's going to be starting in the top right. Looking for any food resource in the forest. So the first one it runs into is this food resource here. And he's got a nice little contingent there. He's almost as smart as I am. This Automa's insane. So it's there. And that's his last turn. There should be 6 cards here, so I make sure. 3, 6. Yep. End of round goals. He unfortunately won that one. He has 1, 2. I'll count it so you can see it. He has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Duet tokens not on the edge of the map, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, unfortunately, for me, he gets the 4 points out of that. I get the 0 points. And I get a round end thing here. For every 3 eggs in my middle part here, I can gain 1 worm or wheat. I'll do a worm. And just look for the remove after round 3 card, which is this one. And now we're in the final round. This game is so good. Those birds actually have to fly away, so sorry, birds. I'll see you next time I play Wingspan Asia. And understand, because I'm talking out all these turns, this game would play way faster. I mean, if you have it set up, it's a good lunchtime game. I've been going on about an hour and a half with a little bit of a rules teach and a talk through, so expect way less than that. Doing these solo playthroughs always come with that kind of caveat, because if it's a solo game, you're really just kind of talking to yourself anyway. So trying to explain it to you guys is just adds on to the time. Round 4. So this flips over here. And we only have 5 turns. So this is where it really gets here. A rare blue. So it's kind of it's different. So the original base game of Wingspan, the solo is pretty straightforward. I believe it also applies with the European expansion, which was the second one that came through. Um, but it's straightforward. I find it not a lot of extra work at all. Also, the Oceania expansion that brought in a couple extra things if you wanted to make it a little bit heavier, quote unquote. There's a couple extra things to keep track of, but it's not at all overhead. And then this one, you could play it regular Wingspan or not. But this is new to Wingspan Asia. Or it's new to the Wingspan universe. This is the only overhead that I see as something that's you just have to remember. It's not a lot of overhead. It's just remembering how to, or remembering how this little map works. But it's definitely not overhead. Once you know how to play the game, this is kind of second hand, and the cards that come with this Wingspan Asia, it tells you exactly what to do for each icon. So you're not really calculating anything. There's only one. The only one move that you're doing that you're gonna have to like think for the Automa is there's one icon that says do something that would allow them to get the end of round goal faster or achieve the goal. So only that involves a little extra work. The rest is just remove a die, take some cards away, do this, and then it's super light. And then you can always tweak it if you have Oceania. Oceania brings in a little bit extra stuff, but if you're a solo player, I'm a big fan of solo games. This is one of my favorite solos because it's just, even though I've been going for an hour and a half, it's a quick 30-minute max, 45 once you have it set up. Hope that helped answer it. And any questions about it, just feel free to let me know. Because this is my first time playing this version of the game, but I do enjoy Wingspan quite a bit. So now we're here, and I have a lot of food and no cards. I have two end of game goals that I really need to shoot for. No problem. Appreciate the question too. I have 2 end of game goals. Different nest types. I'm already at 3 points for those. If I get one more, it would give me 2 more points. So if I have a different nest here, there's no birds that I can see that can go in the water. And then birds with completely full nests, that could be an easy one to get. Actually, I need 5 to 6 birds that are full. That'll be interesting. So I gotta head towards those, but also Duet tokens in the water. I have 3. The Automa has 3, so we're tied. So I have 1, 2, 3. They have 1, 2, 3. So I need to start thinking ahead. But if I go here, I can turn in. If I play a bird here, then every time I go to get eggs, it'll be 3, and then maybe some food for another one. So I might want to get some cards. So let's do it. I'm gonna go get 2 cards. I have enough for this one, and I'll just randomly draw off the top for this one. Oh, so I can pay for both of these, and this one, oh no, this one is this one's different nest types. I only have 2 here, so I do only have. It's not worth going for this one anymore. It'd be too expensive, but it's fine. But I can pay for both of these, so that's very good. I'll draw this one out now. So I'm done with cards. Actually nope, I take that back. I didn't see it in either, but this one doesn't. You don't refill this until the end of a turn. So even though because of this. So when activated, up to 3 times, draw 1 card from the deck. When you stop, if the bird's total wingspan is less than 110, tuck them behind this bird. If not, discard them. So draw 1 card from the deck. If its total wingspan is less than 110, I'm going to draw 2 cards. I'm going to hope that this is less than 110. Nice. So I got 77 is the total wingspan. Tuck them behind this bird. So that's 2 points. Choose any 3 dice and roll them up to 3 times. For each time you roll at least 1 fish or mouse, cash it. I didn't roll anything. Ooh, I'm a bad gambler. So those go out. I like this one. This kind of has a good gotcha where you're stealing these dice from here potentially. So that's interesting. But I didn't win on that one, so that's fine. And that's my first turn. First turn for the Automa. Lining up with round 4 here. And it's just going to get 3 eggs. That's a very... like, as I was saying, some turns could be easy. That turn is as easy as giving this Automa 3 eggs. And there's no strategy lost in my mind. Like, for me. For my game. So that's that. Now, I have... This one can go in the water. And I would actually... This would help for my... That, so I might actually play it here. I didn't think I would play another water one, but this would help towards the end of the round goal. And it would help towards... It wouldn't help towards this, but I'm going to do it because it only costs 1 thing. So I'm going to pay 2 eggs and 1 fish. That's already back there. And I'm going to put this here. And it's a rhinoceros outlet. Sure it is. And when activated, I can roll 2 dice. It's another gambling one. A lot of gambling ones in this one. Yeah, that's interesting. A lot of dice rolling. It's cool. But I get to take this token and put it somewhere. So I have a water bird. So I have to look anywhere here. And it could be anything. Actually, I might... That one's always good. So it doesn't hurt my progress. So I'm going to go here because I paid a fish for it. And it gives me a free card on the top of the deck. I'm going to do that. And it's one I can play here. Wow. And this would not help me towards that goal. Actually it would. If I can get this one played here, I'm going to have a bunch of points right here. And I can. I mean, I should be able to. So that's me playing that bird. That's my second turn. Playing bird goes there. That was a good one. And then now I forgot to do this before, but I'll go there. Second turn for the Automa. Getting 3 eggs. So a hot strategy tip for those that play Wingspan. This strategy kind of it's still forever a good strategy of Wingspan. Is just get eggs in the last round because each egg that you get is 1 point. So the Automa has in mind that I'm just going to go get eggs because that's every egg I get is a point towards the end of the game. So it'd be a close one. Because I'm gonna get some more eggs next, but I'm gonna play one more bird that will help me with that. Very much so. So I'm gonna play this bird here. And it's gonna cost me a wheat. And it's the Eurasian coot. Right there. Sweet. 2 eggs as well. It's gonna go there. A bird. Played a bird. And then I have one of these to spend. This bird's beak is facing to the right. There is a spot here that says, in the water, is this bird's beak facing to the right? Well, yes, it is. Thank you for asking. It gives me another bonus card, which I could play. Oh, I can't play. Well, yes, I can get this bird out if it might be worth it. It's a bird that I have the specific amount. I have the berry, exactly the berry and the worm. So I could play that. It's worth 5 points. I'll do the calculation after this. There's some math that's involved in those last two moves, but for the Automa, it's going to do the card action, and that's just removing these cards. Taking 1 card off the top of the deck, giving it to the Automa. refilling this. God, really nice artwork on these. And putting one of these out. And for this action, you're looking at just the map and deciding where it's going to go. Or you're going to look at the full deal. So it's going to tell you where you're going to start looking on the map, what it's looking for, and where it's looking for it. So this is saying starting at the top left, looking for any food resource in the middle or the fields. So it's gonna go there. It's gonna stop right here. There's a food in the field. It's got a nice little contingent there of hey, appreciate it, Rare Blue. You have a good night as well. Thanks for stopping in. Yeah, it's got a nice little. It's got to get some good points there too. It's got to be a tight one. It's an interesting one. So that's his turn. Bird trays refilled. This is going to be. I want the 5-point one out because if I get 3 to spend 2, I can either get 6 points or this will give me 6 points as well. So it's kind of a. Here's my calculation. This bird's worth 5 points. If I do the work to get it out, meaning I get 3 eggs. Oh, I can cash up to 2 of them on that. So I'm gonna have to get eggs anyway. But if I get 3 eggs, it's gonna cost me 2 eggs to play it here. So that's leaving me with 1 point. Plus these 5 is 6. Or if I just get eggs, that's 6 points. But as long as I get eggs once, there'll be a point left on here because I can cash some food here at the end of the round. This, though, would help. This would give me some more points if I play this bird here. But I couldn't do it now. So that's not gonna be a thing. So it's gonna be this bird. I'm just gonna do eggs because this won't help me towards any of these. Yeah, I'm just gonna. My last 2 rounds are gonna be eggs. Period. As it stinks, but yeah, we'll do eggs, huh? Do eggs. Birds with completely full nests is a tough one. Holy moly, I'm not gonna be able to get that unless I could very well get 5 to 6, but if I'm gonna be able to get 6 eggs right now. So 1, 2, 3, 4. No, I won't be able to do this one at all. So that was a tough one to grab. So we'll just do this. I'm gonna put these here because what this lets me do is actually I'll do that. Oh no, this is fine. This is fine. Get 3 eggs. Boom. Come here. For every 3 eggs here, gain every 3 eggs in this row, gain one of these or one of these, and I can cash it if I want to. So I'm gonna cash it because it's worth a point. And then this one does nothing. It's a game end thing. Yeah. Okay. That's it for me on that one. I have 1 more turn. Automa has 2 more turns. It's going to do this again. And based on the map, it's going to start looking on the bottom left. It's looking for any food space in the forest. And there isn't one, so they don't place one. If there's no... Oh, there's one right here. So he's going to place it right there. If there wasn't one, he wouldn't place one. That's fine. But unfortunately... Actually, that doesn't get him a point, but... Still, am I going to win? am I going to win? Am I going to win the round? I think I will win the round, but that's that. I have 1 more to play. It's going to be for eggs. I'll grab some. There are 3 more here. Just to make myself feel good, I'll fill the nests that have 0 or that have room for 1, and there's 2 of these. And then this one will just actually. So I was able to fill 4 nests or 3 nests. So that's not at all what this is looking for, but did it. That's that. I'm gonna come here. It's gonna let me draw another one of or get another one of these foods to cache on here and there. And the final turn for the Automa. Wingspan Asia. Getting dice from the dice feeder. Just taking this one. Exciting move. But hey, it felt like it needed food. And maybe it had a goal that had some food if it were a real person. So we'll look at end of round stuff. Oh, so I kind of messed up on this, so I'm going to take one of these off, and I'll tell you why right now. This wasn't a brown power. This was at the round end. So for every 3 eggs in this, at the end of the round, cache something on here. So I should only have 1 on there. It's still fine. It's a point. Not bad. Game end. I don't know how that works for the solo. I gotta check the rules to see how that's affected. So what I mean is that this game end bird says copy 1 bonus card of the player to your right as if it were your own. Score it based on your own birds. I don't think. I'd be surprised if it's in here. Oh, use another player's bonus cards. When you play a bird with a power that allows you to use another player's bonus card, draw 2 bonus cards and place them face up in the supply. When your power activates, bonus cards in the supply represent the bonus cards. Oh, so I'm just drawing these 2. I'm just drawing 2. I get to choose 1, pretty much, as my own. So I'll just put these here for now. But cartographer, and let me back it up because I may have sped through that a little bit. So some of these birds supposedly will have use another player's bonus cards, just in general. But this one specifically is for the end of the game, and this says at the end of the game, copy 1 bonus card of the player to your right. In the Automa system, there is no player to your right besides the Automa that you're playing against. When that happens, you're just to draw 2 bonus cards and put them in the supply. So put them out face up somewhere, and these are the ones that you get to choose from. They're saying that each time it could happen, meaning there could be a bird that its brown power says copy a bonus thing, or copy something. But we're gonna be looking at these. So you have the cartographer, which is birds with geography terms in their names. We also have the winter feeder, food remaining in your supply at the end of the game, which I only have 2, so that's not great. And the cartographer is a new card, I believe. Or it's not a new card. There are a couple of cards you replace with the base game stuff. I'm pointing because it's off camera, but my base game's right there. I think this might be one of them. But we're looking for birds with geographic names in them. Blue Rock, White, Coppersmith, Oriental, is that one? Nope. We have a Indian. Nope. Yep. Oh, India. I think it's not. No, it's fine. It's Indian. So that's 1. Brahmini 1. Nope. Eurasian? That's 1. I have 3. I have 3 of them, which will give me 3 points. So that's definitely what I want. So I need to get a pen. Got a dry erase marker. That'll do. Grab one of these. I just don't want to write through it. That's why I want to just make sure I have a just 1 to write on. So the Automa scoring goes. Well, actually, we got to do the end of round scoring, and I forgot to do that. So the end of round scoring is right here. It's looking for tokens in the water. The Automa has 1, 2, 3, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm gonna get the points for that, baby. And the Automa get none. Sorry. All right. So let's do the Automa score first. I think I just want to double check some of these. It's just been a minute since I played, and I'm playing the Eaglet. So each face down card is worth 3 points. And obviously eggs are 1 point. Okay, so that's fine. So because I'm playing the Eaglet, I should have. Next time I'm going to put the scorecard up on the screen. It'd be easier for people to see, like an actual scorecard I can write on. So we're doing the Eaglet. So I'm circling the 3. Can't really see it, but there's a 3 there I'm circling. And this pen is huge, but that's all right. Got a better one for next time. So face down cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's 24 points. 24 points for face down cards, and face up cards score as they normally would. That's going to give him 3, 6, 9, 11 points. So that's the score for that. His end of round goals will score him 0, 3, 7. He has 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18 eggs. Duet tokens in the largest group for him would be this one for sure. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The Automa's score is 35, 42, 68. Now it is my score. So birds just in general out here. I have 7, 11, 19, 28. Which is kind of similar to what he had 35 all in, but I get some tuck card stuff. My bonus cards, so I get to choose one. I'm choosing this, and I know I have 3, so that's 3 points. And here I have 2 different nests in the water, even though I have all 5 filled. Give me 1 sec. The wife texts me that she's made it safely to the Lizzo concert. Jealous over here. Bonus cards. 2 3 birds. I'm gonna get 3 points here. And I'm going to get 3 points for this one. So that's 6 points for bonus cards. End of round goals. I'm gonna net. It looks like 2 plus 5 is 7. Yeah, so we tied there. We each took a round. We each took 2 rounds and lost 2 rounds. Eggs. Oh, I'm looking over here. I'm like, where the heck are the eggs? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Food on cards, I have 3. Tuck cards, I have 2. Duet tokens in the largest group will be all of them, which is great. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I don't think I won. I don't think I won this at all. 34, 41, 47, 52, 52, 62. So on the lowest, I'm pretty sure that's, yeah, because the goals were kind of tough for me on that one. So even on the lowest difficulty, I still lost. It gives me some hope for the future, though. I nailed it here on the duet, but here's a score. I lost by 6. I know why. I lost by 6 because I have a lot of 0-point birds. I have 3 0-point birds, so that cost me a lot of resources to get out with not a lot of return. My thought process going early in with 0-point birds is it helps you with other actions here, so get them out early if you can. It didn't work out for me this time. I guess yeah, and this birds with full nests, which while I thought was going to be an easy one to get, turned out to be kind of a tough one because you have to have full nests. But I also needed those eggs to kind of get stuff out there. But yeah, that's Wingspan Asia Duet. It's a good solo. I mean, it's not you're not obviously there's these are double sided, these goals, and there's a few more of them in the Asian expansion. There's also a bunch more if you have all the expansions, so the variety is always going to be there. With the Duet tokens, I'm sure they're very similar. I'm sure there's one that has egg in the fields, but yeah, it's super easy to manage once you understand the map rule of the Duet map tracker. Other than that, the cards tell you exactly what to do, and as far as the Automa is concerned, and it's an easy like the space I have here is not that crazy. It's obviously looks crazy from above because everything's just kind of like here, but if you know how to play and you know move some of these, like play the game and manage it, it's easy to get, and as a good solo should be, even on the easiest difficulty. You don't want to keep beating it, but you always try to take something from it. So like I said, these really hurt me here. Even though this one was good because it cost no food, it gave me no points. So I should have maybe spent some of these on some more points here. Knowing that, let's see, I still couldn't have gotten anything crazy, any more points, squeeze any more points out of this engine. But and it's actually one of the first times I really went for this and it's simply because of this that goal. I was really kind of going for it. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that. Hopefully, gonna keep these things going because it's such a quick thing to play. I can kind of get it out and play it pretty quickly. So thanks for everyone who watched. If you are interested in that, I can my big box is right there, but it's not really. It's not full of. It's full of all the stuff, but it's really kind of. It would get a little messy on the table. But you can check out on YouTube, or if you're early enough, my past Twitch streams on unboxing the Wingspan nesting box, and it fits everything, and there's so much room in that thing. But this is just for Wingspan Asia. All the cards here. Maybe next time I'll throw in some more cards, but I haven't even gone. This is the stack. I think there's 96 birds. So in a solo game, I maybe have got through half, maybe a little less, because one of the Automa's main moves is to just keep refreshing this. So these birds are flying away constantly, so you might not see them. So you'll in a solo game you'll definitely won't get through the deck, but you will still not have a chance to see everything. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that. Let me know in the comments if you're watching this on YouTube. Anything else you'd like to see from the Wingspan universe, or any questions you have. And Wingspan's awesome. It's a really cool game, and thanks for watching. Have a great evening.